Hello everyone, welcome back to part 2 of how to sharpen a chainsaw, or how I sharpen a chainsaw. This is a how-to on how I do, I guess is the best way to put it. But okay, we've got everything sharpened. Hopefully you can see, hopefully I can see each one of the teeth. You can see the reflection there. Everything's sharpened. Okay, so we're good to go. Now, the chain has, of course, a huge impact on how the saw will cut, but the bar will too. Okay. These bars can get bent, twisted, warped, several different things. The longer the bar, of course, the easier it is to bend it. I've bent several of them in my life. But it does happen, and they do wear out. You've got a sprocket here in the end, right here. It can get wore out. Keep that greased. There's a tool for greasing it. It's on the other side. But makes a big difference if that gets wore out or whatever. And various things. But get everybody set up here. Now, when you sharpen your chain, there's a couple things you need to look for. Of course, the tension on your chain, that's too loose. You can see. And another thing to keep in mind on the bar is you can flip these over. In other words, you can put this top part on the bottom. And I recommend doing that pretty regularly, because what happens is, down here on the bottom, you will get it'll wear on the bottom like this, and it'll roll off on the sides, and you'll get a lip here you can feel. And what that'll do, eventually, it'll widen out past the width of the chain. And if it's wider on one side than it is on the other, it will drive the saw crooked. So, what I like to do, and this one's good, so it don't need to be turned over, but what I'll do, I'll take the bar off, turn it over, take a flat file, and just work whatever burr you have off here. That's the way I do it. But since this chain is too loose, now how tight do you tighten a chain? Well, every saw has an owner's manual, various other things. What I do, and what I've always done when I was cutting timber, various other things, I run them pretty tight. As you can see, that one's too loose. That chain can get out of the groove. You can get a stick or something in here and it'll throw it off. You don't want that. If you're making you a living with a chainsaw, you don't want that. And if you're just farming, or I think the M word now is homesteading, whatever you want to call it, you want to, you ain't got time to deal with that. Now, way you tighten the chain. They are new homeowner saws on the market that have these quick adjust or whatever. Most of your professional or your bigger saws will have this, some variation of this system. Okay. You got these two nuts here, and then you got a screw right here, a tensioner screw. Now sometimes that tensioner screw will be in here, it'll be in various places, but on this one it's on the outside. So what you do, you loosen these nuts, chainsaw tool, that fits your spark plug, that fits these nuts, and that's your screwdriver for it. And once you get those loose, you turn your adjusting screw to tighten or loosen the chain. Clockwise tightens it, counterclockwise loosens it. Alright, now we're starting to get somewhere. So I'm going to put you right there. And we'll see what we got. Now, what I like to do on a chain, see how them teeth just barely, of course you want it to roll free, and it's cold this morning, so it's going to be stiff. Still just a little loose. And it don't take much on this tensioner screw. To me, I can barely get them drive links above the bar. So to me, that's tight enough. Okay? That's where I want to run it. And then when I tighten my set nuts back up, I will double check it, because sometimes it'll pull it a little tighter. Okay, that's the way I tension my chains. Is that the way you should do it? Well, it's the way I do it. So it works for me. It works for me. Now, like I said, I am not a professional chainsaw sharpener by no means. I have cut a lot of timber, and yeah, that's about right. Now, that's the way I do it. You can different variations, and there's 1,000 different. I'm sure there's how-to videos on how to sharpen chainsaws everywhere, but that's the way I do it. Now, like I said in the earlier video, these teeth, that chain was in pretty rough shape. I hadn't sharpened it. It's in pretty good shape now. I like to keep them sharp. It's easier on your saw. It's easier on everything. So, I hope this helps. I hope you pick something up from this. Chainsaw sharpening is not that complicated. Don't be afraid of it. Just maintain that angle on that tooth, and you want to sharpen the top of that tooth underneath and this point. That's what you're after. You can see how sharp that is now. Let's see just how sharp it is. I mean, you want it to, well, cloth, it's a little tough, but you want it to just pull right through there, because that's what's going to eat into the wood, the material as you cut. But I hope this helps. We may do some more on chainsaws, but that's the way I sharpen it. It's ready to go. I guarantee that saw will cut, and it will cut straight. So until next time, like us, subscribe to us, check out our Facebook page, Rocky Hollow Farm. We're going to get some wood in. It's about 20 degrees today and a little snow falling. So everyone take care of yourself. Talk to you later. Be careful with a chainsaw. They will hurt you.